Not many Nigerians initially paid attention to the remark by the incumbent Minister of Transportation, Mr. Rotimi Amechi, who had on August 29 said he was not aware of any pact between President Muhammadu Buhari and the national leader of the All Progressive Congress APC, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that Mr. President promised he would hand over power to the former governor of Lagos State after concluding his term in office in 2023. Stakeholders within and outside the ruling party waved the remark while the presidency and Tinubu pretended as if there was nothing significant about the utterance. But lately, some concerned political observers have expressed the belief that Amechi's remark, particularly on the issue of an alleged pact between President Buhari and Tinubu, whose political attainment today are as a result of the mandate given or once given to them by the electorate, should not be overlooked, given that occurrences within the ruling party would always have effect on Nigeria and Nigerians. Many questions have since been raised with regards to Amechi's comment, as some commentators expressed the view that the said pact or agreement between President Buhari and Tinubu that brought in the incumbent president may not have been known to the minister having joined the APC after merger arrangements. Recall that as at when APC entered into merger arrangement, which was championed by the defunct CPC-led Buhari, ACN led Tinubu, ANPP arm led by Ogbonaya Onu, and a faction of the All Progressive Grand Alliance APGA led by former governor of Imo State Senator Rochas Okorocha, the New People's Democratic Party NPDP, which Amechi belonged to, was not initially part of the merger formation. The NPDP was the faction that left the mainstream PDP under the administration of erstwhile President Goodluck Jonathan on grounds that the former president failed to honor the 2011 agreement to run for a term and return power to the North, and that Jonathan, as at then, was no longer capable of managing the affairs of the country. However, should Amechi's comment be true, observers also raised eyebrows as to whether the nation's democratic system ought to be run or determined by pacts between individuals and not necessarily through the votes of the people. The development, some opine, puts a question mark on the integrity of President Muhammadu Buhari and the APC leadership. Recall that President Buhari had contested the presidency more than 3 times but lost. He had even given up hope until he entered into the merger pact in 2015. This explains why some stakeholders are also of the view that the circumstances that played out between 2013 and 2015 must be properly interrogated. As a respondent puts it, Amechi's comment suggests that the present administration of APC is more of a business interest among partners whose interests are now at a crossroad, a development affecting the collective will of Nigerians. The party source said it is difficult, if not impossible, for the incumbent government to add any meaningful value to the country as long as it is based on individual pacts. According to a school of thought, Minister Amechi may truly be unaware of any pact between the duo, and his ignorance could be pardoned as he and other NPDP members were not part of the founding members of the APC structure. The factional members of the then ruling PDP led by Bare J. Kawu, with the likes of former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, former Senate President Bukola Saraki, Governor of Sokoto State Aminu Tambuwa, and others who have since returned to the PDP base, joined to strengthening the APC in wresting power from Jonathan in the 2015 election. Recall that Amechi joined APC as a very strong and strategic member, being the chairman of the Nigerian Governors Forum and then also as a sitting governor of Rivers State. The stakeholders in APC as at then had no choice than to concede such strategic position to Director General Muhammadu Buhari's campaign organization to Amechi, considering the financial power that he wielded at that time. As a source in the party puts it, if it is not on the strength of being the Director General of Buhari's campaign organization that Amechi is now claiming not to be aware there could have been a pact, he should ask for more details from the foundation members of the party. Otherwise, Buhari and Tinubu should speak out on Amechi's remark. Amechi is quoted to have said that he was not privy to details of the alleged agreement. He was quoted to have said that he was not sure if Buhari and Tinubu held such a private meeting. He added that as the Director General of APC campaign organization, he never witnessed such a decision. But if there was a private meeting between President Buhari and our leader, Tinubu, I wouldn't know. If it was a public APC meeting and I was not there, then something must be wrong. I was not told that there was an agreement that power should be handed over to Tinubu, Amechi added. The minister's position was supported by Osita Okechukwu, another chieftain of APC and Director General of Voice of Nigeria, VON, who insisted that President Buhari did not reach an agreement with Tinubu over the 2023 presidency. Amechi and Okechukwu's position were, however, different from that of the pioneer national chairman of the defunct CPC, Senator Rufai Hanga, whose remarks implied there was an agreement that Tinubu would succeed Buhari in 2023. Contrary to the minister and the DG Vaughan, Hanga noted that Tinubu remained a member of the ruling party after the end of President Buhari's first tenure because of the agreement. He said Tinubu, who is also a Muslim like Buhari, could have been the vice president, but the leadership of the party was against presenting two Muslim candidates in the 2015 presidential election. All I know is that Asiwaju automatically could have been the vice president if not for what lawyers will call forced merger. Our leadership won against Muslim ticket. They argue that the Abiola Kingebe Muslim ticket, which worked in 1993, may not work in 2015 if Buhari Tinubu, both Muslims, were to run. That was how Asiwaju nominated Professor Yemi Osibanjo as a replacement. He, however, said that Tinubu would be among top aspirants to be considered by the ruling party as presidential candidate in 2023 due to his immense contribution to the success of our great party in 2015. Agreement between North and South, not pact between individuals. While the arguments unfold, political allies of the former governor of Lagos State said what transpired was a gentleman's agreement between the North and South that power would shift to the South after Buhari's two-term and not even the president's Northwest and Tinubu's Southwest. As a matter of fact, that was one of the factors that made Tinubu remain in APC after Buhari allegedly treated him unfairly during his first term, one party source said. Late last year, one of the political proteges of the national leader, Babatunde Fashola, Minister of Works and Housing, urged the party leaders to respect the gentleman's agreement that power would shift to the South after Buhari's two terms in office. This Amechi also alluded to. In similar vein, another Tinubu protege and caretaker chairman of Lagos APC, Mr. Tunde Balogun, also said that the founding fathers of the party had an agreement in 2014 that Southwest geopolitical zone will produce the party's presidential candidate for the 2023 election and not necessarily a pact between Buhari and Tinubu. Balogun claimed that it would be dishonorable for APC to jettison the agreement now, adding that President Buhari, Tinubu, and many other persons made the gentleman's agreement. The governor of Borno State, Babagana Zulum, also corroborated the arguments on power shift to the South in 2023 and not individual pact. Zulum, who understands the intrigues of the North and South politics, said, with the situation of things in the country currently, it does not matter what part of the South the next president comes from. He harped on the need for APC to keep the previous agreement to shift power to the southern part of the country.